Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. So here the topic of discussion for us in this bright morning is on a sense of gratitude. Sense of gratitude, that is the topic of discussion for this glorious morning. Why this is glorious morning? Because you know everywhere there is alarming voice you can listen that tempest is coming, cyclone is coming, low pressure is there, but still then we can find that is a bright and soft sunshine. There itself there is a ray of hope amidst all the difficulties, all the deformations, all the problems. There is also you can find something that is very bright. Anyways, for that only we must be able to express our gratitude near the Divine Mother and the Master. So that is what we can do, because to express our gratitude is to be humble enough you must have the sincerity in your mind, your that humbleness must be there to express the gratitude, because nobody in the normal sense, in the normal attitude is able, or they is actually capable of expressing his gratitude, because gratitude is the thing that is expressed only to the divine. It is from, it must come from the innermost self, our innermost self of the being. It must come, and it must be go only to the divine, not to any, even to the highest angel of the divine, or even to the human being. To the human being, we can express something like our goodwill, thankfulness, but actually, so far this gratitude is concerned, it is expressed only unto the divine. We will read something from the mother right now. What really the mother tries to quote on a sense of gratitude, that is the topic right now. Mother has also will discuss in the latter part. I want to go a little bit I want to recite it. To thee who hast been the material envelope of our master, to thee our infinite gratitude. Great thing. And to thee, who hast done so much for us, who hast worked, struggled, suffered, hoped, endured so much. Before thee, who hast willed all, attempted all, prepared, achieved all for us. Before thee, we bow down and implore that we may never forget, even for a moment, all we vow to thee. How much you have done for us! What great you have done for us! That is really unmarkable, unmistakably. We must feel our gratitude. We must be very much conscious to express our gratitude. That is what, in the scenario, so nothing we must forget. Oh, no, we must never forget, even for a moment, all we owe to thee. Just a sense of gratitude we can imagine. You can take the example of the Divine Mother herself. When mother reached Pondicherry, actually he asked the path or track to the Lord, where really I can find my Lord. So somebody she told the way, and mother went, found. There was a big super union, and after it, actually, when mother started the ashram, took charge everything. She allowed, mother allowed all the prosperity, lifelong prosperity to the person who showed the path to the mother, to Lord Sri Aurobindo. And there was also one, she tries to explain why, the reason. Because somebody has shown me the path to the divine. I want to express my gratitude near him, because he is not a person. He is not the person with ordinary consciousness, but thing is that he has showed the divine mother the path, divine path towards the divine master. Just imagine. So this is what gratitude external. Mother is divine, master is divine. Path she knows, but thing is that as in a human lila, human play, somebody has helped the mother, divine mother, in showing the divine path to the divine master. For this, the divine mother is expressing her divine help through this divine prosperity to this divine child. That is the really the expression of sense of gratitude. Anyway, we'll try to read the sense of gratitude from the mother course. This that kind of sense of gratitude that the divine exists. That is what divine exists. This format, this form, this idea. It is a great a kind of sense of gratitude that the divine exists. That the feeling of marveling thankfulness, which truly fills you with the sublime joy. That cause number one is divine is existing. Second, feeling of the marveling thankfulness which fills you with a sublime joy at the fact that the divine exists. That is what nobody really, everybody is not that much conscious, that much aware. Even if they know that, they simply ignore. Why shall I do it? So there are some ego is there. Some maybe ignorance is also there. They don't know. But thing is that joy of thankfulness, marveling joy, which truly fills you with the sublime joy at the fact that the divine exists. If you are sure in your vision, in your feelings, in your thought, in your mind that divine is existing, that brings an unspeakable joy. That and it creates unshakable faith in the divine. That's what the first step towards gratitude. Again, that there is something in the universe which is the divine. That existence, that joy, at least you feel. I can't measure the depth. I can't tell the height. I don't know. I can't measure it. This is not possible for me. But at least I know that divine is exists. That joy, that thankfulness I must express. At least I should know something in the universe which is the divine, that is there in the universe. That feeling, that idea, it brings you unalloyed joy. You can compare it uncomparable. And that it is not just the monstrosity we see. Now there is the divine exists. Again mother quotes, uncomparably that joy is coming, that unshakable faith is there. Something is there existing in the world, in the universe, that is divine, and it is a certitude, not a fact. Someone is not going to cheat us, or simply to confuse us, but to the truest truth is that divine exists. And each time that at least a thing puts you either directly or indirectly in contact with the sublime. So this suppose there is a big bazaar, everything is available there. So you have that trust, you go and market in the big bazaar, that this is a grand bazaar, everything there is a chance, I can get everything. Not chance, that is you have taken it for granted. So first of all, this idea, like you have trust in the big bazaar, like this you have the trust in the divine. And when that unshakable faith is there, that there exists the divine, directly or indirectly you are in contact with the sublime. That also is there, it brings, that attracts, and you get connected. Reality of the divine existence. Again, the reality of the divine existence, the heart is filling with so intense, so marvelous a joy. You can imagine that it is there. You can see that story by mother, you can remember. Narad is actually passing with the chanting of Narayan on the way, and the two sadhus were doing their penance. They are doing their sadhana. So when there was a chanting of Narayan from Narada's face, somebody actually in the past one, he got up. Actually, he became aware and actually offered pranam near the devotee Narad. So and told, you are going to Narayan. Yes, I am going. So he definitely will return back. But before returning, I have a small question. If it is possible, please ask to Narayan. Okay, what is your question? Narad asks. Just ask. I keep doing sadhana for years, maybe for centuries, so decades and all. So just ask when he is coming. I keep waiting, but I'm not able to find him. Oh, this is the question. Okay, I will return. I will explain on the latter while I will return. Okay, he went on. Second one, the sadhu who was doing the sadhana, same thing, same question. Okay, same question. I don't have anything, no hesitation, no nothing to confuse. Narad went up, and after a long, maybe I don't know when he returned. And the same way he was returning with the chanting of Narayan, Narayan. This second sadhu, who was second, now he, while returning, he became the first. And uh, hearing the chanting from the Narayan, Narayan, he broke up from the trance, opened the eyes, and asked, "Okay, Lord, I asked to question for the divine, and you have asked Vishnu, Narayan." Yes, yes, I asked, got the answer. Yes, he has got the message for you. So what is that message? He will come, but actually it will take something like 100 years. 100 years. 1 year is 365 days. 1 day is 24 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Minute is 60 seconds. Not possible. I can't wait. I have lost patience. So I want to wind up this ashram and this sadhana life, and I want to move. Narad says, okay, whatever you like, you can do, because I did not, pursued you to do the sadhana here. So whatever you like, as per your liking, you can go. And he went on. And after that, the second sadhu is actually awaiting eagerly. He heard the chanting, made the devotee, and asked, what is the answer, God's answer? Then same answer. Now they are saying it is there, he will come, but it needs around 100 years. 100 years, God has come. God has, at least he has accepted my application. He knows that I am doing the sadhana. At least this awareness is there with God. He knows. I have nothing to do. Smiled with joy, danced like anything, because Lord is coming. Maybe 100 years does not matter. What is my job? Only job I am here to actually chant and do the sadhana, to sit in meditation and call the prayer and all to the divine. And at least he knows that is a great thing. 100 years does not matter. And finally, Narad is looking, and finally, it is seen that the divine is manifesting before this sadhu. Narad is astonished. How it is possible? You told it will come by after 100 years, but within a few seconds you have been here. How is it possible? That's what the unshakable faith, that the divine exists, that the divine will come, that strong faith, that is not a faith, it is a certitude. You will know. So, with gratitude that has a more delightful taste than anything else, certitude of God's existence, that is most delightful. But then again, course, there is nothing which gives you a joy equal to that of the gratitude. Nothing, uncomparable. Nothing is there that you can compare. And one hears a bird sing, sees a lovely flower, looks at a little child, observes an act of generosity, read a beautiful sentence, looks at the setting sun, no matter what, suddenly this comes upon you, this kind of emotion. You can see many times, maybe by parts, by fragments, by steps. You can find like something, a birds, hear a bird sing, see a lovely flower, looks at a little child, observes an act of generosity, read a beautiful sentence, looks at the setting sun. No matter what you have out of these things, whatever you have done, suddenly this comes upon you, this kind of emotion, indeed so deep, so intense, that the world manifests the divine. It is very deeper experience, almost the deepest experience. The divine manifests. That there is something behind the world which is divine. This is the thing, the manifestation it sees. Something is there that is existing at least, that is known as divine, even if we don't know. Anyway, some couple of messages we'll read from the mother. Gratitude. It is you who open all the closed doors. Gratitude, what is that? Gratitude. It is you who opens all the closed doors and let the grace which saves penetrate deeply. Once you open yourself deeply, intensely, honestly, then what will happen? The grace that saves you penetrates deeply. Again, gratitude. A loving recognition of the grace received from the divine. Grace, naturally, it is descending down from the divine, coming from the divine, that must be received. Loving recognition, you have to recognize, and the loving recognition of the grace received from the divine, that is gratitude. You can see that a mother's example, she told. She has showed me the path of the divine path to the divine, and I am grateful. So I am permitting the divine prosperity to this divine child in a divine way. Even though I am a divine mother, I can do. This is what the gratitude, expressing the gratitude. A humble recognition of all that the divine has done and is doing for you. Whatever he has done, this sea, this sky, this water, this air, everything, whatever is being done, this world, this universe, and whatever he is going to do for you, for that humble recognition, that is what is a great gratitude near the divine. The spontaneous feeling of the obligation to the divine, spontaneous feeling of the obligation to the divine, which makes you do your best to become less unworthy what the divine is doing for you. He is great, magnanimous, uncomparable. And whatever he is doing for you, in comparison to me, I am nothing. It's simply nimitta matra bhava sabya sati. That's what I am here. Nothing else, only the divine. There is no better way to show one's gratefulness to the divine than to be quietly happy. That's what you can do. Only thing, only option has been given to you to be quietly happy, quietly happy. That is a great show of one's gratefulness to the divine. Always try to become happy. Whatever is given to you, it is there. It is divine through the divine grace He has granted you. You just try to be in that arena, that sentiment. Again, Mother quotes. The nobility of the being is measured by the capacity of gratitude. Just Divine Mother herself is expressing her gratitude by granting prosperity. So that's what Mother here expresses. Nobility of a being is measured by the capacity of gratitude. What is your capacity, efficiency? And finally, physically, materially upon earth, it is gratitude that one finds the source of the purest delight. Source of purest delight here upon earth, materially and physically, that is nothing but the gratitude, only gratitude. So we have to express the infinity gratitude before Thee who hast done so much for us, to Thee who hast been the material envelope of our master, to Thee our infinity gratitude. Not only ordinary, one step, two step, 1 kg, 2 kg. Our infinity gratitude, that's what we want to express. And with an open, clearing heart, that's what to be done. That is the best thing you can do. And Mother, that's what finally, in the final message, Mother tries to explain in a big way. Physically, materially, upon earth, here, it is the gratitude that one finds the source of purest delight, source of purest delight. That is what the gratitude, physically and materially, you must know. Anyway, it is time to be grateful to the Divine and the Divine Mother. Thank you, Vande Mataram.